fellow commanders, and I will actually do names, guys. This is the last time I get to. Someone won probably with 2 seconds. I know there was an over and under how quick I was going to clock it, right? Okay. Sergeant Major Jones, this will be my last time on the grinder as part of the Cannon Cock, so it's a little bit emotional, so bear with me. Sergeant Majors, okay, battalion facts, regimental facts, distinguished guests, Colonel McCarthy, good to see you. Other commanders have driven up to 29 Palms. I do have some special thanks I'd like to give, so I was going to say that I'm known for being short in my remarks. You all know that was a joke. So I'm going to do my best to acknowledge all the folks that have made the battalion here successful in the last 2 years and supported in ways we don't even know. So I would like to echo the thanks to the band for being here. There are many bands in the first MEF, but there is no band like the Blue Diamond Band. They make any event classy, and I appreciate you coming, so let's give them a hand. Colonel Beltran and I really appreciate you being here, so I will try to be succinct, but there's some folks that I want to give some special thanks to. Colonel Frazier, who was the commander before Colonel Leszewski, actually stopped by and wasn't able to make it and sat down and talked to Colonel Beltran and I. So I want to publicly thank him for everything he's done for the Cannon Cockers, for the 5th Battalion, and for our artillery. He's a giant in the community. I appreciate his leadership and his mentorship in the 1st Battalion on the regimental staff and as the 5th Battalion CO. Lieutenant General Bailey could not be here. Just recently made the trip to the East Coast. So I'd like to thank him publicly for his mentorship for the 5th Battalion. He's a stalwart supporter of the 5th Battalion. Has done nothing but allow us to further the concepts and stretch our legs out. So I know he would be here if he could, and want to just publicly thank him for everything he's done. This is definitely a special day, so I want to recognize some special members who've come out to kind of allow us to recognize them. We have a special relationship. We do not have a adopted city as many of the battalions and regiments in the division, but we do have a special relationship with a group called Armor Lights. They are the Calvary Chapel, located in Vista. And since I've been here and my predecessor, Colonel Russo, they have been at every event, every single event, and we have sent a unit off to Afghanistan or whatever requirements, regardless of the time of night. Many times 01, 02. So I wanted to acknowledge them today. I'm not sure if they made it out, but there they are. Pastor Dave, okay, good to see you. On the 1st of July, they'll be there saying goodbye to Battery Q, probably at 01 in the morning with breakfast burrito. So thank you very much. 1st Marine Division Association, I also want to recognize them. Been a phenomenal supporter of the battalion. Marker Point Marine Association representative, sir, if you could stand, be recognized. I really go ahead and give you a this event is a reminder of where we're going in the future and how much we've done in the past. We have an adopted VFW, the Temecula VFW, so I want to recognize them. They have been a phenomenal supporter. And in my NOA family, there are some that are here. I want to thank you for coming and everything you've done to support us also. I normally don't use notes, but I have to stay on track. So I do have to ask, what is the over and under? That's a joke. All right. So every team has a good base and core. There's some folks that have come through the battalion here that have formed what a phenomenal command team. So I want to hit a couple of names. Some are not here. So let's start with the XOs. Lieutenant Colonel Sharp wasn't able to make it. He was the XO for a year here, and he's now I up the road in Seal Beach. I want to just thank him personally for his stewardship of the unit and his guiding path to a lot of the things that go unmissed as XOs focus on. Tim Flynn was out here. I tell you, when Tim got here, I needed help. I had gapped at XO for several months. I just needed a SAGE officer who wanted to be a team player and get on board and figure out where we needed to move. And Tim, thank you personally. I appreciate all your hard work. Sergeant Majors, Sergeant Major Macias wasn't able to make it. I don't see him here, but he was a Sergeant Major for about 2 years here. He's over in the AV battalion. And I'll tell you, that guy's focused. He kept us on track. The absence was straight. There was never a doubt what he thought and what was important to him. So I appreciate him. Sir Major Hackett, I've only worked with you for just a short period of time. And I tell you right off the bat from day one, I was incredibly impressed. I appreciate in a short period of time putting both this together and everything with the transition from Colonel Beltran. It's been phenomenal. You're awesome. All right, I know you're going to do well, and I wish I had more time with you, especially you can help me with my golf swing. It's terrible. So, to my FAC, Master Gunnery Sergeant Muncie. For those who don't know, the Field Artillery Chief in an artillery battalion has a special place, and it's unlike any other community. Master Gunnery Sergeant and I go back to 112. We knew each other way back when we were a little younger, and he has been there side by side with every challenge. He has acted in my stead as an advisor, as a conscious, and anything else that I'd ask for him, he would provide, and for the unit. He would not let a decision be made that was not in the best interest of any Marine in this battalion, and I appreciate you for that. So, there has been some phenomenal commanders, staff NCOs that I've had the pleasure to work with in the battalion. Some are not here. Major Hyatt, Major Edwards, okay. Romeo Battery is currently deployed. Captain Duncan, they're doing great things. Battery Q has Captain Daly. They are on block leave at this moment, and they will depart here in 2 weeks. So every commander out here has absolutely hit the mark and exceeded it. So I want to appreciate and thank each one of them, even if they're not here. To my fro, I'd like to say special thanks to you. It has been a very, very challenging and exciting 2 years. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for everything you've done. And thank you for everything you're going to do for the Beltrans and the families of the 5th Battalion. And no doubt in my mind it's going to be phenomenal another 2 years. A couple other folks. To my 111 family, as the Colonel said, I was in the 1st Battalion for about two and a half years. So it would be remiss if I didn't not acknowledge those from the 1st Battalion that I had opportunity to both serve with and deploy with. So, Major Vasquez is here. I see Major McNair and his beautiful bride. And I really appreciate the stewardship and the camaraderie from the 1st Battalion. Okay. I do want to recognize my family who's come just a short trip, which is good. They're close. And this 5 years has allowed me to be closer to my family than I've ever been in my Marine Corps career. So I did want to recognize my mom and dad. For those who wonder where I get my long-windedness from, I'm going to tell you that's my father. All right. He's never seen a topic that he did not like or could not conversate about. So if you have any conversations about my long-windedness, take it up with him. But no, seriously, Mom, Dad, I appreciate everything. I would not be sitting here today if it wasn't for you, and I greatly appreciate it. I will wrap it up here. To the families, there's some folks here, there's some family members that I see, the family team, the family readiness team here. So to the ladies, the 5th time, the family readiness team, thank you. God bless you for everything you do. God bless you for everything you're going to do. Continue with the same, excitement that you have for the program and for serving the family members, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. So I'm going to turn my back one moment. I'm going to address the time. To the professionals of the 5th Battalion, do not be satisfied with where you are. Thank you for everything you have done and will continue to do. You are truly professionals in what you do, and I personally thank you and your families for everything you've done in the past 2 years. Continue on that trajectory. Take care of the Beltrans. I truly love you, and I wish the best for each and every one of you. To my wife, dear, thank you Colonel Leszewski hit it. You don't know, my wife's also a Marine, and she recently was in command in the MOG, and I will tell you that was a pretty hard run. I would not have figured that was going to happen, and I tell you, I wouldn't do it any other way. It's been phenomenal. Thank you. We have counseling sessions, if you will, at home. I typically are on the other hand of the knife hand, and she's typically right. So, sweetheart, thank you. And for those who don't know, the highlight of my tour here was the birth of my daughter. Thank you for that, sweetheart. Right? With that, ladies and gentlemen, if I missed anyone in the crowd, I really appreciate everything you've done. My FSR is in the back. God bless you. Okay? And anybody else that I might admit, I do apologize, but it's just too many folks that have supported the 5th time. So I'm going to close here with recognizing Sean and Bridget. I will tell you, Colonel took the words out of my mouth when a year ago when I saw your name. I could not be more pleased. Sean and I have been lieutenants together with others here in the crowd, and this team of Sean and Bridget are phenomenal folks. They're good people, they care, and they've got the right attitude, and that's just the right mix. So God bless you, good luck to you, and please let us know if you need anything. I know you'll do well. To everyone here, thank you for everything. Godspeed, and Super Fidelis.